Hey everybody, welcome back to Curious Things Studio. Have you ever wondered why you don't look exactly like your brother or sister? Or how scientists can predict what traits a baby might have? Well, in this video, we're going to learn about how probability is related to genes and how scientists use Punnett squares to make predictions about traits. But before you watch this video, make sure you watch the Punnett squares video, which will be linked in the description below. Anyways, first let's talk about genes. Genes are like little instruction manuals inside your DNA. They tell your body how to grow and what traits you might have, like your eye color, your hair type, and whether you have dimples or not. You can get one gene from your mom and one from your dad, but which one you get is kind of like a surprise. It's really random, and that's where probability comes in. Okay, so imagine a parent has two versions of the same gene capital A and gene lowercase a. There's a 50% chance that they pass on capital A and a 50% chance that they pass on lowercase a. Since we can't know for sure which one will be passed on, scientists use probability to make predictions about what the offspring will look like. To understand this, we'll use something called a Punnett square. Let's start with just one trait. If capital A is dominant and lowercase a is recessive, and both parents have capital A lowercase a, the Punnett square shows 25% chance of capital A and 50% chance of capital A lowercase a, and 25% chance of lowercase a. That means that there's a 75% chance the child shows with the dominant trait and a 25% chance that the child shows with the recessive trait. Okay, now it gets a little trickier. What if you look at two traits at the same time? For example, capital R for round seeds and lowercase r for wrinkled seeds. So capital Y for yellow seeds and lowercase y for green seeds. If both parents are capital R, lowercase r, capital Y, lowercase y, each parent can make four types of gametes. Capital R, capital Y, capital R, lowercase y, lowercase r, capital Y, and lowercase r, lowercase y. Now when you combine them together, then you get a 16 square Punnett square. After, when we count the results, we see a clear pattern. 9 offsprings show both dominant traits, 3 show round and green, 3 show wrinkled and yellow, and 1 shows both recessive traits. This is called a 9:3 to 3:1 ratio, and it happens every time with 2 independent traits. But instead of drawing 60 boxes every time, we can use probability. This is where the multiplication rule comes in. If we want a round and yellow, we multiply the probabilities. Round is 3/4, yellow is 3/4. So 3/4 times 3/4 equals 9/16. That matches our Punnett square perfectly. Sometimes we want one outcome or another. Then we use the addition rule. For example, the chance of capital A or capital A lowercase a is 1/4 plus 1/2, which equals to 3/4. Now let's say both parents are carriers for a genetic disorder. There's a 25% chance the child will have the disorder and a 50% chance the child will be a carrier and a 25% chance the child will be completely unaffected. This is how scientists predict traits in real life. So in summary, genes come from both parents and probability helps us predict traits. Punnett squares show all possible outcomes and 16 square Punnett squares are used for 2 traits. Multiplication tells us the chance of 2 things happening together, and a big hint for this in word problems is if they use the word and addition tells us the chances of either things happening, and a big hint for this is if they use the word or. And that famous 9:3 to 3:1 ratio explains how traits are inherited. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.